Greetings, this is CmdrAleon, your host of the Ashtar Command Global TV Network, and on the radio side, the Ashtar Command Radio Network worldwide, WESU-FM's The Cosmic Eye, heard every Sunday morning at 11:30 to 1 at WESUFM.org. I'm on this broadcast here to bring you information regarding something extraordinary that potentially and tentatively is set to happen on Wednesday, October the 13th, all over the planet, not in one specific spot. And this gentleman is named Stanley A. Furham. He is a person who is a former and retired NORAD official. He worked for NORAD. He is also an Air Force officer, retired, and he has written a book which is in its third edition printing with an update talking about an event to happen around the world October the 13th. What is that event? Well, we're going to read it word for word and then give you some analysis of what we think might or might not happen on that day. According to Stanley A. Furham, a newly published book by the retired NORAD officer predicts October 13th, 2010 as the tentative date for a fleet of extraterrestrial vehicles to hover for hours over the Earth's principal cities. Now, we don't know what those cities are, but we'll get to that hopefully during our radio broadcast live next Sunday, this Sunday coming up actually. The author says the event to be is the first in a series of intended to avert a planetary catastrophe resulting from increasing levels of carbon dioxide in the Earth's atmosphere, dangerously approaching a critical mass. So that's really the crux of the matter of this particular thing. It's a much lengthier press release. If you go to the website, then you Google it, you can find the complete transcript on this. But let's talk about this because we only have about less than 7 minutes to get this here into our YouTube broadcast around the world. My feeling is that if these craft are coming on October 13th, as he says they tentatively plan to come, he also says in his full release that they can postpone the event, but he said even if that occurred, he still states that this event would happen at some point in this year of 2010. Not 2011 or 2012, but this year. So we're dealing with something that is tentative. So there's a lot of websites that are comparing him to Blossom Goodchild, which is really kind of a ridiculous comparison from any intelligent, logical person to look at this. Because number one, Blossom Goodchild claimed to be a channeler of the Galactic Federation of Light. Nothing happened, no big ship appeared, and nothing happened in that sense when she projected all this information all over the world through the internet. Now, the difference between her and this gentleman is, credential-wise, he has credentials. He was an official in NORAD. He's a former Air Force officer, and he's retired from his service to his country and his government. He has somebody on the inside that is there that is giving him top-level information, evidently, according to what I've read, and he is now coming public to talk about this information in this book. The book is not new, and there are people who say, well, he's publishing a book, he'll sell lots of books and nothing will happen. Well, maybe nothing will happen, but who cares whether the gentleman sells a lot of books or not? We live in a society where we all buy things, and that's irrelevant and immaterial to the subject, and anyone out there should know that. The question is whether the event will happen. It's tentative according to the information. According to the information, some people think it's the Palladians that are coming to assist, and they're concerned about the high levels of carbon dioxide in our atmosphere now, which obviously on a clear blue day, if I go outside, I see blue sky. I don't see carbon dioxide. But then again, we've also used nuclear weapons, and you don't see radiation, but it exists over the years. We've had nuclear power plants that have failed, and there's radiation in the air, but we don't see it, but it exists. So, according to the event, this will be a first in a number of events that will occur, and supposedly they will have further events that will occur down the line to eventually bring about direct contact with either our government or the people of our planet. Now, I've been reading a lot and also viewing a lot of the other YouTube commentary regarding this to get some sort of perspective. And it goes from anywhere in the parameters of they're coming to help us to fear-based comments like let's take out guns and shoot these ships if they do show up, or UFOs show up at the levels they're going to be supposedly, and let's just shoot them. Let's attack first and ask questions later. Well, I disagree with that. I've been in the UFO journalistic area for many years. I've been with the Ashtar Command realms for many, many years on a spiritual path of understanding. And when I look at this, I say first, we have to come to an understanding of who the hostile ones are. There's a lot of hostility on this planet, a lot of pent-up anger. There's also a lot of people who are here, certainly in a spiritual level of understanding, who want to understand these things, who want to expand their consciousness and come together and understand about life elsewhere in the universe. We are not the center of the universe, and man is certainly not the power of the universe. Although the ego suggests to some people that we just can do whatever we want, trash the planet, and go and blow up ships if they come, regardless of who they are. This is an arrogant and immature attitude on the part of humanity. Like I said, I prefaced that statement by saying there's a percentage of people on this planet, thank God, that are not that way, that are enlightened, that are seeking information, that want to seriously and maturely know what's going on. There are some people, a lot of people on YouTube, that make jokes about these things. They're not ufologists. They don't have any background or credentials to make the comments they're making. So why do they make them? Because they can. We live in a free society, and we have the YouTubes, we have the MTV, the video generations, these war games that you can get on Xbox and all this other garbage that exists out there to keep people in a brain-dead situation around our world. Let's throw all that garbage in the garbage can and recycle the plastic to begin with, and let's look at the realities of our universe. Look up into the sky. Take a look at the stars. That's what's real. That's what exists. And out there is teeming billions of planets and stars, and people that probably live on other planets, just like us. Maybe not the same way as we do. So who are the hostile people? Is it them or is it us? That is the question you must ponder when you look at this video and this broadcast. We're going to be doing an interview with Stanley A. Philham on Sunday, September 26th, Sunday, 11:30 a.m. in the United States, East Coast time, 8:30 on the West Coast. We encourage you to view that interview, or not view it, but listen to it. And we will be actually asking a lot of questions that people have regarding this tentative event that could or could not take place on October 13th of 2010. But you certainly will see people through that period keeping their eyes to the skies. According to the event, these craft will be hovering at principal cities around the world. So, you know, if this happens, there's a lot of cities that are huge cities, and we'll be looking for these things. Believe me, we all will be looking to see whether this happens with a very balanced view of life. Some people on the off balance, if this happens, like I said, they're going to be in that mode of fear, and people got to throw the fear out the window and come with an objective, intelligent mindset when this thing happens or does not happen. Either way, is this person credible? Yes. If it doesn't happen, is it something that we're going to start attacking the gentleman for not having the event happen? I would not do that. Others might. It's your freedom to do as you wish. I don't necessarily agree with that approach. But if this person has been in NORAD and has been in the Air Force as an Air Force officer, I would think his credibility is far stronger than those of skeptics and other people trying to already hit this guy over the head and make him look like a fool. The biggest fools are the ones that jump in saying, let's shoot first and ask questions later. The biggest fools that I see on this web, on this internet, are those that take pot shots about things they don't understand. So let's take a little break, let's back up a little bit, and look at this thing as a great possibility, if it does happen, to have finally shaken up society enough to wake people up and realize that we are one cosmic family. We are not the powers of the world. We are not the powers of all the other things around us. We are part of a cosmic pie, and we are part of that pie to be part of a whole. And that whole includes other civilizations beyond us. So let's get off our mind, ego, and understand that this potential event could have dramatic effects on consciousness and on human understanding and intergalactic interaction for the future to come. I'm CmdrAleon with this special report regarding the October 13th, 2010 tentative event. We hope you'll be keeping your eyes to the skies. I sure will during the day and night, and we'll see what happens. And do remember to tune in September 26th, Sunday morning, for a live interview with this gentleman, Stanley A. Fulham, retired NORAD official and Air Force officer, and we'll be with you then. At this point, we'd like to end this broadcast. Namaste, peace, be well, and keep your eyes to the skies.